YouTube, what is up? Pocket Profit coming back with another video. Today, guys, I'm bringing you 5 items that I bought and sold on eBay. You guys seem to really like this video series, so make sure you keep hitting that like button. So right now, hit that like button. Also, if you're new to the channel and you want to see more videos just like this one or learn more about online business, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, get notified when I go live or when I put a video out just like this one. But before we get into the video, camera's gonna look a little weird behind us, guys. I don't have my lights right now. I had to borrow them to somebody. They needed it for a thing they're doing, so it's gonna look a little weird, a little gray, a little pixely. But that's just how it is, and that's how we're gonna roll. But let's go ahead and get started with the video. So the first item I sold is a micro cassette recorder. Now this one I sold was a Sony brand M/507V black. Is the color right here. So I sold this. You guys should be looking out for these. They're old school, but people still actually really like them. They use them for college, you know, any courses they're learning, whether it's like a work program and they need to record a section of lecture and then go back and listen to it. They buy the crap out of these. Why? You can do it with your phone nowadays, but people still really like these. Another thing people like to do with them is they like to do the whole ghost hunting. They're recording the sounds. They'll do that with it. Kids like them. Parents will get them for their kids because they have fun with them. They play with them. They record their voices and they think it's funny. Whatever the case may be. But I've sold tons and tons of different ones of these all the time. eBay, Amazon, you know, even locally, people really, really like these. So I bought this for $2 at a Savers. It was in one of the bags. And I sold it for 20. So you can see here, this person sold for about 20, 20, 20, 20, and about 20 right here. So that looks like the going rate for this one is about 20. That's what I sold mine at for. You know, you test it as much as you can. I actually hold on to some used cassettes. You can actually sell just the used cassettes and make a little bit of money. I think I told you that before in a different video, but I hold on to a few of them just for purposes of testing things like this. You make sure it's recording, yada yada, and it's good to go. So if you don't have that, just make sure you put, you know, untested, and you know, go through all the functions, make sure it looks like everything's spinning good and everything, and just put untested, and it should still sell pretty good, pretty fast, pretty good. But yeah, so that was item number 1, a Sony micro cassette recorder, M-507V, and it's this black one here. So pretty good item, really light, easy to ship. Made some good quick money on that. All right, item number 2 is one I preach on this channel all the time, but you know, I show you when I sell it. So I got some ink, HP21 black. It's a 2-pack combo pack. Mine was expired. Okay, guys, it was expired. I think it was 2016 or whatever it was. So it was expired by, you know, a year or so, and it still sells, and it still sells for good money. I sold mine for $20. I bought it for $3, and I sold it for $20. I think I got this one at a Goodwill. Always make sure you dig in the office stuff at the Goodwills, people. I'm telling you, they bury stuff. People sometimes bury it, like gonna come back later, or employees, they'll bury it, hoping no one finds it. Stuff like that all the time. So make sure you dig around, look in the, you know, bottoms of the bins and things like that, and you'll be surprised of, you know, what you find. But anyway, I got this for $3, and I sold mine for $20. Mine was expired, so I mean, people are only getting about 20 right here for non-expired, which is, I mean, maybe I just got lucky and just priced it at 20. You know, it was probably at a certain time where like these ones were going for 28, 27. Here's one for 20, 22. So I'm sure I was seeing, you know, them at 29 or so, and I priced it about 20 because it was expired by quite a bit, but still sold it quickly, made a lot of money on it. Really light, I think it was like $3 to ship, so I'm in at like $6, and then the fees. So still good money, quick sale. Please look for ink, expired or not, but please also make sure you do your due diligence and look at completed listings, because I'll get messages from people saying, hey, this ink, I bought it and it's not selling. Well, I'll go ahead and look it up and look at completed, and they're not selling. You just got to make sure you're looking at the completed listings and make sure they are actually selling. Also, make sure you're pricing to the price point of expired and not pricing at the non-expired. So just a little bit of that. Do that little research and you'll be good to go. So that was item number 2. Item number 3, the third item, is a camera lens. Okay, I am no expert when it comes to camera lenses or whatever. You know, I just use my phone for camera. I don't have it, any of these special SLR cameras or anything like that. So I was a little bit out of my element for this, but I know they are worth a lot of money. There are some really expensive ones out there, so when I see them, I'll look it up. So the one I sold was a Canon EFS 1855 millimeter, I'm guessing mm, and I got this at a Goodwill for $3. Now, like I said, I didn't have a way to test it. I didn't know what really to look at. I just knew to look it up. I think right, I don't know if I can show you, but right on like here, right here on the part of the lens, it'll pretty much tell you everything you need to know to look it up. Say Canon, blah 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 blah, and then make sure you're looking at like on the outside spot around here. And here's a good example. See how it says right here the lens, all these numbers. Like this is like your like basically the model number if you were gonna look up to find out what's what, because you guys need to make sure you're looking up the right one when you're looking at these, because they have tons of different ones. They have ones that look exactly the same but are like 100 mm or 60 mm and not 55 mm. So there are tons of different variations, so make sure you're really looking at this number here and typing it in, correctly and exactly, and looking at completed. Make sure yours matches the same ones you are looking at. Super important. But anyway, I bought this for $3 at a Goodwill. It was just sitting there. A lot of times people will have let me break this down for you. Sometimes people buy a camera, an older camera, like, I don't know. I don't even know cameras. There's an older camera, but they'll buy a new, better lens for it and make it better that way. And then they'll donate it. And the camera itself isn't worth anything. It's too old, or it's just not used anymore. But the lens is new and still good, and people will still want it. So make sure you guys are looking at that. But anyway, I bought it for $3. I sold mine for $50. Now, as you guys can see, they're all pretty much going. There's 80, but it's refurbished. 30, 69, 45, 55. This one is for parts and repair. Even parts and repair, guys, look at that. Went for $24.99. Here's 41, 46, whatever. Now, I bought it. It looked good. Looked really clean. It wasn't dusty. It had both caps and everything on it. So, I did my little check as best I could. It looked good. And I wrote that in there saying, hey, I'm not a camera person. I bought this. Everything looks good. It's untested, but free returns, whatever, no problem if there's something wrong with it. Because I'm spending $3, guys. Like it's a roll of the dice, sure, but it's a good betting gamble. And like I said, the one that went for parts and repair, wherever that was, went for, I don't know, $20 some, $24.99 right here. So even if I got a return, say, hey, it wasn't working, I would have just listed it as parts repair, not working, buying, your own risk. So I really wasn't afraid of anything. I just threw it up there, like $49.99, and it sold relatively quickly, and person got it, packed it up really good, tons of bubble wrap and everything, and they got it, and no problems, no returns, no refunds, nothing. It worked great. So like I said, even if you're not a camera person, yeah, you're rolling the dice a little bit, but like I said, you could, if it ends up being a return and it's that cheap, you'll be fine selling it as is, parts only, whatever. So that's a little tip for you guys. Like I said, if you're not an expert, I'm not an expert on cameras. I just looked it up, trusted my instinct on it, and went for it. And sometimes that's just how it goes. You got to risk it for the biscuit, as they call it sometimes. So that was that item. Paid $3, sold it for $50. Everything went well. Item number 4. The fourth item is just like the first item, but I really wanted to hit home on this, guys. These things sell. Okay, these micro cassette recorder things, they sell really good, really well. This one I've never sold before. Most times when I'm looking at these, like I'm looking out for like Sony and stuff like that, really good name brands in that space. I never knew GE made a cassette recorder, okay? No idea at all, but I know they sell well and other ones sell well. So this one was a little hit and miss. It was selling, not selling, selling, not selling. It was kind of one of those, ups and downs, whatever. But it was $1 at a Savers, $1. So what am I really risking, $1, whatever. I figured it would sell eventually. It's not a big deal. So I spent the $1, and I sold mine around 20 as well. Here's one that went for 20. This one went for 14. Here's one 16, almost 20, 18, 24, 20. This one went for 30. These are a couple different other ones and stuff. But so I just wanted to, like I said, when I sell something, I show you. That's just how it goes. So I just wanted to hit home, though, that these things do really sell, especially for school. Kids play with them, ghost hunters, whatever, want them. It's just one of those things that just look for them. Make sure you're typing in the model number. If you find any of the micro cassettes, hold on to a couple so you can test items like this, or just put untested. And make sure you put batteries in it. Check the battery compartment for corrosion. Put some batteries in it. Make sure, hit play, the thing is spinning, and rewind, stuff like that. Make sure those things are working as best you can, and they sell. So they sold. It's sold. So that's 2 that I've sold very recently that you guys can be looking out for. So the micro cassette, this is a GE micro cassette. I bought it for $1, so not bad, and I sold it for 20. So make sure you guys are looking out for those cassettes, either the Sony one here, any of the Sony ones, or any of the weird brands. Just take the time to look them up, and you'll be surprised. So item number 5, the 5th item, is another thing I preach all the time on this channel, but here's just another example of it. A handheld game. Now this is a big screen free sell by, here we go again, Ridica, whatever you guys want to say is the correct pronunciation of this brand, but I sell the crap out of this brand all the time. Now this one, again, you guys, look right here. Oh, not right there. Right here. Whatever. You see it. Lighted. It lights up. If you guys can, I don't know if it's hard to see, but right here, right there, right there, right there is a sensor. So that will tell it when to light up or not. I know on a different video, I think my last one I talked about that manually, you could turn it on and off. This one has the sensor where if you were to put your finger over this little hole right here, it would, say it's dark and it would light up. So super sought after. Another big thing with this one is it is the big screen. Whenever you can find a handheld game that says big screen or big display or whatever, those are always more sought after. Just because, even with phones, you guys know, everyone wants a bigger screen, bigger looking phone, whatever, it's easier to see on. And sometimes the demographic for some of these handheld games are the older generation. And, once you get older, your eyes, aren't as good. So you want a bigger screen, easier to see, especially if you can light up in the dark, you're playing in the car on the way home from a trip, whatever the case may be. You want, things to look for in handheld. Free cell, solitaire, light it up, big screen, all those things are huge, like, oh, that's good, that's what's going for it, whatever. So this one I got for $2, again at a Savers. It was sitting on the toy shelf, and I sold mine for 20. The reason I sold mine for 20 is it had, I think somebody was biting on these little knobs or whatever or something. These are like that rubber sort of knob things, and they were chipped a few places, a little scratched up a few places, a couple, bitten or whatever, and so I sold it at 20, and that's pretty good because, like, here's one more 22, 20 with $4 shipping, 24, 20, 20, like, here's a good example of what I was talking about. It lights up, and right here is that sensor that if you cover it up, it'll make it light up. So, really sought after. People really, really like these things. I've sold these on eBay, on Amazon. They'll sell all the time. Like I said, this one was all kind of bit up and not as great, so I threw it on eBay instead of like Amazon, and it sold. Good. Another good example why you should have Amazon, eBay. If you find something you can't sell on Amazon or you don't want to because of condition, you can still make some money on it on eBay. So this was a Ridica, whatever you want to call it. Handheld big screen solitaire or free cell, big screen free cell, the red one. Got it for $2, and sold it for 20. first class mail, $3 I think it was, easy money. So please look out for these handhelds, especially if they big screen, they light up. Okay, make sure you're looking at for those. But you guys, that's it. That's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button. It really does help me out. Also, if you're new to the channel, you guys, if you like videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, get notified when I put a video out just like this, so you can learn something, find something, make some money right away. But that is all I got for you today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next video. Pocket Profit out.